Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're jumping into Psalm 47. And wow, it starts with this just incredibly energetic call, doesn't it? Clap your hands, all you nations, shout to God with cries of joy.
It really does. That sets the tone immediately. And notice it's not just addressed to one group, it's all you nations, everyone.
Right, the scope is huge from the get-go.
And then it tells you why. God is described as awesome, the Lord Most High.
And the great king over all the earth. It doesn't leave any doubt about the scale we're talking about here.
Exactly. Not a king, but the king. Over everything.
Yeah, it's unambiguous.
Yeah.
Universal authority right there in the first couple of verses.
Precisely. And then, interestingly, it grounds this universal claim. It talks about specific actions, like he subdued nations under us, peoples under our feet. And also, he chose our inheritance for us, the pride of Jacob.
Okay, so it's connecting that huge global idea of God's kingship back to, well, the specific relationship in history with Israel. Just so everyone's clear, that phrase, the pride of Jacob, that's often seen as like the promised land, right? Their special inheritance.
That's generally the understanding, yes?
Yeah.
It anchors the cosmic claim in a particular historical experience, makes it tangible.
Gotcha. Grounding the cosmic in the concrete, like you said.
But then the focus zooms back out again to this moment of, well, intense celebration. God has ascended amid shouts of joy, the Lord amid the sounding of trumpets.
That sounds incredibly vivid, almost like a, coronation or a king returning victorious. Very visual.
It does. And there's an interesting thought here some scholars bring up.
Oh, yeah?
Well, this language, the ascending with trumpets and shouts, it might echo, actual liturgical events, maybe like the Ark of the Covenant being brought into Jerusalem.
Ah, okay. So symbolizing God taking his throne, his place of rule, but tied to a real act of worship people would have seen or participated in.
Exactly. It roots that big theological idea, God's reign, in a sort of physical, worshipful experience.
That makes sense. It connects the abstract to the actual practice of faith.
And the response to this ascending king, well, it's more praise. Sing praises to God, sing praises to our king, sing praises.
Yeah, the repetition there is pretty emphatic, isn't it? Like, leave no doubt this is what you do.
It really drives it home. And then it states the reason, again, very clearly. For God is the king of all the earth. Sing to him a psalm of praise.
So the clapping, the shouting, the singing, it's not just random emotion. It's presented as the proper required response to who God actually is.
Absolutely. And the psalm underlines that reality. God reigns over the nations. God is seated on his holy throne. He's not distant. He's actively ruling.
He's on the throne, actively reigning.
Right. Which then leads into this really striking picture near the end, verse 9.
Which part's that?
The nobles of the nations assemble as the people of the God of Abraham.
Okay, wow. So leaders from everywhere, the nobles, gathering together, but aligned somehow with God's people. That's a powerful image of unity, maybe, or recognition.
It definitely suggests a gathering under God's ultimate authority, not their own. It's quite visionary.
And it all builds to that final, really potent statement, doesn't it?
The absolute conclusion, yeah. For the kings of the earth belong to God. He is greatly exalted.
That really lands with force. The ultimate justification for all the praise before.
It's kind of the mic drop moment, isn't it? It clarifies the ultimate power structure. Earthly rulers, however powerful they seem, they belong to God. Their authority is derived, secondary.
It's interesting, too, placing that alongside the earlier bit about God subduing nations. There's like both a reality of conflict and this ultimate vision of willing alignment.
That's a great point. The psalm holds both realities, the historical experience and the ultimate eschatological hope, perhaps.
Okay, so pulling it all together then. Psalm 47 is this really vibrant, powerful declaration. God is king, not just of one people, but universally, king of all the earth.
Yeah, and it's a call for everyone, all nations, all leaders, to recognize that and respond with joyous praise. Phrases like, King of all the earth, reigns over the nations. Those are central.
It's a massive claim about sovereignty and who's really in charge.
Absolutely. It fundamentally reframes how you might look at earthly power and authority.
Which leaves us, and you listening, with a pretty significant thought, especially from that last line. If the kings of the earth belong to God, what does holding that perspective truly mean for your understanding of authority today? Where does ultimate power really lie? Something definitely worth thinking about.